Nick and I have been friends practically since birth, so that's...
Yay!
Yeah. Yay, come on! So there's a lot of material for a best man speech, but I wanted to do something a bit different, because after all, Nick is a bit different. So I decided to do it as a poem. I should warn those of you who are easily offended that there's more than one reference to Nick's underpants. Though, right? Ready for it? Yeah! Okay. Ready? Okay. While I'm the first to admit that I'm no Lord Byron, give me a chance. At least I've been trying. If hearing my verse attracts your derision, I'll remind you my poetic license is only provisional. There's an age-old tradition at weddings like this, where the best man gets up and starts taking the piss. Well, today's no different. I'll give him some stick. There's plenty to go on with my old friend Nick. It was at the tender age of 3 that the first signs emerged of his pedantry. My mum read a story. Nick suddenly announced, "That's not the way that Bremen's pronounced." On a childhood trip, his tummy giving jip, we knew that trouble was brewing. He followed through with such effect that all his caps were ruined. His farting was always amazing, but this time so ill prepared. As a result, he spent the next few days in his mum's underwear. As a lad at Oakfield Primary School, he could be said to be more than a little unruly. By his capers and japes, no evil was meant, but more than one teacher took early retirement. Sorry. The regime was stricter at Windsor Boys' School, so he found subtler ways of playing the fool. His size made him ideal for playing at flanker. But nobody dared to call him a prat.
Wanker!
And then in the 90s, along came grunge, and Nick, he soaked it up like a sponge. You see, being scruffy was the height of fashion, and clothes not something he liked to spend cash on. Then it was time to go to college, somewhere he could expand his knowledge. With a car insured and fully compy, sent off south to live in razor sharp whip, Mr. Laidback, with an obsession for all things Apple Mac. Gifted at bullshit, verbose and wordy, technically brilliant without being nerdy. But then came the men behaving badly phase. A certain amount of hell was raised. We never quite knew where our wages went, but many a happy hour was spent. Commuting from Eton, he found no joke. It was time for Nick to move to the big smoke. He then became an ad man like the ones on TV. Only top level clients, it says so on his CV. Madison Avenue beckoned. He said, "Do you know, I'm not sure. I think I'm perfectly happy. Good old SC24. Who could tame this wild man? Who could calm his way of life? Was there a woman out there prepared to be his wife? It was time to move on from his old mates. Now he'd found his soulmate. She's the real McCoy, his Helen of Troy. She is Rhoda Idoliboye. At least until today, anyway. But if you ask her later, Rhoda has a tale to tell. The night of the proposal, things didn't go too well. Despite his cunning plan for an evening of romance, he was reduced to popping the question in his tattered white underpants. Soon after they got together, he moved to a different hood. No, I'm not moving out of his manor, I'm talking about fatherhood. A completely natural dad in his prime, with a relaxed attitude to being on time. A few years ago, it was all Nick on the Leica. Now he's obsessed with his little Micah. He's every inch the father figure, and those inches are getting bigger. Yeah. Though we're seldom serious, we're given to levity. I think it's time for a bit of sincerity. What it finally comes down to in the end, I couldn't have a more loyal friend. Rhoda!